How did it come to this? How the mighty have fallen, the MAGA party, the Republican Party. What Republican Party? They used to be the Law and Order Party. Does anybody remember that? This is the benefit of being old. I remember those days. They were for fiscal responsibility. Yeah, that's hilarious. Uh, they were supposedly going into this presidency. We're going to be all about transparency. Remember that? They were going to be the free speech. They were going to bring back free speech, right? Oh, yeah. They were going to do so much, and they've done nothing. They were going to drain the swamp. Remember that one? That one's classic. And that one really, really stands out right now because obviously they've only released like half of the Epstein files, and they're saying they're not going to release any more. They're done. Meanwhile, the ones that they have released, they've redacted the names of the criminals and left in some of the names of the victims because they're that smart. They're that competent. They've had all this time. They're over a month late already. They've been, what was it when Pam Bondi was still fresh in the office, was saying that the files are on her desk. So they've had all this time to redact. And they did a crap job. And they just decided, no, they're not going to release anymore, even though that's a law. That's a law that Trump himself signed into law. And they're going to now they're breaking that law. So the Law and Order Party, they are not. They're not for the First Amendment. They're against freedom of speech. Trump sued 60 Minutes. He sued, I forget all the people he sued. They arrested a reporter, completely not in favor of free speech, obviously. The Second Amendment, no. They completely are justified in killing Alex Preddy. So they say. That's the threat on the Second Amendment, folks. They took his gun and then they shot him. He was completely justified in having that on him. But what are you going to do? You're in it now, right? No going back. We're just going to stick behind our God King to the bitter end. When who knows how this is going to end? The man's sick. He's got dementia. He's had a stroke. He's completely unfit to lead, but can't give up on your team, right? Even if it means that we are now you're now against the United States of America and the world. Yes, the world. So, in case you're wondering, because I get this, I get how they approach this. They're like, if I call you stupid first, you can't call me stupid back. Like, or if I tell you that you don't know what you're talking about, you can't say that to me. Well, guess what, MAGA? You don't have a clue. You're so stupid. You wouldn't know the truth if it fell out of the sky, landed on your face, and started to wiggle. That's how stupid you are. If you're going to stick behind this pedophile. How did you become the pedophile protector party? Huh? That's a big switch from where you went into this presidency, isn't it? Your whole damn party is flopped. None of you stand for anything anymore. Good night. See you later. You got nothing. You'll be in my comments going, shut up. Shut up. Did your wife let you make that video? I've actually gotten that one twice. But nothing about the policy, right? No one's saying, oh, well, the fiscal responsibility. Trump's tariff policies have been nothing but good. Yeah, the tariff policies are running soybean farmers out of business. Yeah, that the tariff policies is making all of our former trade partners look elsewhere whenever possible. We're not going to be avoided by the rest of the world. We're a pariah. Everybody in the world knows our president is a pedophile, except for MAGA, of course, because they're in a cult. They're not in a political party. And that's also why they'll just go down with them, go down with the ship. Well, all we can do is make sure that the midterm elections take place, because Trump's already, Mr. Freedom wants to nationalize the elections because of the fraud. You know who's in charge of the fraud in this country? It's Trump. He's been crying fraud ever since he got into politics. And that is an assault on our country. You're guilty of treason, people. And it's not, you just take everything as face value and it's just bouncing right off. I can try to come at you and you're just going to deflect, make excuses. That's what you're good at. And call me names. Oh, you're a big meanie. Oh, yeah, I'm dealing with middle schoolers here. Nobody with any real level of intelligence is going to come out and try to back this administration, because you can't. There's nothing to back them on. What have they done that's positive? I've yet to hear anybody in comments or elsewhere tell me about the positive thing that's come out of this presidency. There must have been something. But I don't know what it is, because their messaging is for crap too. Honestly, Kash Patel is guilty of perjury. So is probably Kristi Noem. Pam Bondi. I don't know if Pam Bondi is necessarily guilty of perjury, because, well, yeah, she probably is. But when she testified, her whole strategery was to just insult the people asking the questions, and that way she never actually answered any questions. It's a good strategery there. Well, it's all going to come down. It's like, you can't just keep selling this. Can't keep selling the lies. And Trump, every time he talks, he tells 12 lies. At least he's still lying about the election. That was one of the worst. One of the worst. People forget so easily, don't they, that Trump was actually president when supposedly the election was stolen from him. So what does that make Trump? He's either incompetent or stupid, or he's just a blatant liar. I'm going to go with yes. Anyhow, I know I'm not going to try to keep you here. Thank you for tuning in. Call your congressman, especially if you're one of the red state people, because I think the Democrats already know what they're supposed to do. They're just too cowardly to do it. And hey, that'll be the next video. I'm not standing up for the Democrats. They are stupid. They are on the take. Probably the majority of them are insider trading, I feel. So they only, the strongly worded letters from the Democrats, are worthless, absolutely worthless. So I'm not standing up for them, but we need to have an actual election. Okay. Fair enough. Can we at least agree on that? Probably not. Not if Daddy Trump says no.